live real quick. All right, that'd be good. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and that's what teaching this truth. Much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. All right, beginning with 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes, and who the Lord will deliver in these last days. So you always say shalom. All right, we're Great Millstone, Dallas, back again, out here on today's date, October 31st, so-called Halloween. All right, and we out here once again, as we always do, to ruin your night. All right, we're here to ruin the night of the 2/3, but to be a blessing unto the elect. All right, because only this message is it's only going to reside with the elect, but those that it falls on deaf ears, as the scripture says in Romans 11:7, it says what? The election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right, and also too, we got some honorary brothers here. The brothers from Austin. So at the end of the day, man, like I said, we out here to ruin your nights, man. Okay. So if anybody doesn't have anything, we can open up with Isaiah the 13th chapter. Whoever has it, you got it out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see.
Right, the burden of Babylon. All right, and Babylon is talking about America. All right, we're reading here in the book of Isaiah the 13th chapter, and this is a future prophecy that the prophet Isaiah seen, foretelling what's going to happen here to America, Babylon the Great. And it says the burden of Babylon, or the oracle of Babylon. Okay, you got it.
Verse 2, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them.
Right, it says lift ye up the banner upon the high mountain and exalt the voice unto them. And the banner that's being lifted up is this word going out, man. As a matter of fact, somebody get the blue letter. As a matter of fact, I'll just get it. I want to get that word banner real quick, because that word banner is in the Hebrew is nasa. All right, I'll get it real quick here. This word banner, all right, in the Hebrew is all right, that word is nas. Excuse me, I said nasa, but it's really nas. All right, it says something lifted up, standard, signal pole, ensign. All right, and this is an ensign being lifted up in Babylon. As a matter of fact, let's get you can hold where you at. Somebody get Isaiah the 11th chapter. All right, we're going to start, and you can read it. Start at the top, read down to maybe like verse 4 or verse 2, and then we'll jump down to like verse 10. All right, because this is the banner that's being lifted up. Okay, and when you think about ensign or a banner, it's somewhere also to go to for protection. You see, if you see, let's say for example, a city's being besieged, and you got the military around the city. All right, you would have someone that will go to a high mountain and put an ensign or a signal flag up to let you know that this is where you need to go for safety. You see? So the banner's being lifted up in Babylon the Great, indicating that, look, this is where you need to go to for safety, man. As the scripture says, what? The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is made safe. Okay? So it says something lifted up, signal, standard, signal pole. And the standard's being lifted here, man. Okay, because here in America, Babylon the Great, this is where Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi is going to ultimately lift the standard as well too, as it says in Isaiah 59. We might get that later. It says banner, sign, sail. It says standard as rallying point. You see, a rallying point. I'm gonna get the definition of a rallying point real quick, because really the rallying point is Yahawashi. He is the rally point, right? Rallying point. It says the definition. This is the Merriam-Webster.com. It says rally point. It says someone or someone or something that makes people join together to support a person, cause, etc., or that arouses people to action. You see? And what's ultimately rousing us to action is the Racha Kodash. All right, the Racha, with the Spirit, Kodash is holy. The Holy Spirit is what's rousing us to action in these last days, man. Okay? It says that makes people join together. Matter of fact, Gadar hold Amos the 9th chapter, where it says that the house of David will be raised up as in the days of old, and the breaches will be closed up thereof. Let's go ahead and grab Isaiah 11, unless you had a precept that you want to get.
I'm gonna find it later.
Okay, what you look for?
How it says, the joining other people be.
To him will the joining other people be? To him will the gathering of the people be. That's Genesis 49.
Okay, kind of.
Genesis 49 and 10 talking about Judah. You know, but yeah, you got it.
This is Isaiah. You said 1 through 4, then drop to 10, right?
Yeah, start at verse 1. Where you at? Start at verse 1, and then I'm sorry, just read verse 1 and then jump down to verse 10.
Okay, cool. This is Isaiah 11 in verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse.
There shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse. All right, now who is Jesse? Okay, you can ask a wacky tacky Christian this question, and they ain't gonna really know unless they read. You know what I'm saying? But they don't read. But Jesse was the father of David. Okay, so it says a rod out of the stem of Jesse. Right? Go ahead.
And a branch shall grow out of his roots.
And a branch shall grow out of his roots. Okay, as a matter of fact, hold that real quick. If you can, real quick, grab Jeremiah 23 and 6. Because it says that a branch shall grow out of his roots. Okay, and when you look at a root, when you think of a tree and you look at the roots is what pretty much the nutrients get carried to. Yahawashi is also known as the vine in John the 15th chapter. All right, you got it out. Yep.
This is Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 6. In the days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely.
In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. All right, the northern and the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord Yahawah over righteousness.
Go ahead.
Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahawah, that they shall no more say, the Lord Yahawah liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
But the Lord Yahawah liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of the north country. That north country is talking about America. This is where the new Exodus is going to take place. Just as you had us Exodus out of Egypt, we're in spiritual Egypt all over again, man. So the Lord, it says the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the north country, or the land of the north. We're in North America. Okay, go ahead.
And from all countries, whether I have driven them.
And from all countries, whether I have driven them, because we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You see, we've been scattered among the heathen. Okay, we became Gentiles because what? We started learning their ways and their customs, following after their gods and things of that nature. But through Yahawashi, we're being brought back. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, was there any more in that verse?
Oh, just a little bit.
Go, you got it, Doc.
And
after you read that, jump to verse 5. That's the one I was looking for.
And they shall dwell in their own land.
And they shall dwell in their own land. All right, and what's the own land talking about here? The own land, our own land, is talking about the land of Israel, the land of Yasha-Allah. Okay, because those small gutter hats over there in the land of Israel, okay, the baby caps, as I like to call them, the 1948ers, they're claiming to be the chosen people when they're not. All right, and it's very spiritual because, you know, today, like I said, today is the demonic ass Halloween or whatever. Sam Hain is really what it is, or Soin. Okay,
I got that.
That's what it's really called. Okay, the Halloween literally it goes back to All Hallows Eve. Okay. It was a day Halloween was really a paganized holiday that was brought forth by the so-called Christians. But it was really called Samhain or Samhain. Okay, going back to the Celtics about like 2,000 years ago, or a little bit after that. You see? But the reason as to why people dress around and walk around in so-called costumes is because they say the Samhain really means summer's end. That's what the etymology of the word means. You see? And they say that from pretty much the veil between the dead, you know, and the living was the thinnest. You see, so you would have people walk around with animal skins, and they would have masks on their face to ward off particular evil spirits. And they would have bonfires and light bonfires to pretty much ward off evil spirits. But what does America do, or what does Christianity do? They make so-called Halloween a day where you dress up as a goddamn goose, goon, goblin, whatever. You got these hoes walking around in a Halloween party, dressing up like goddamn sluts. You know, but here it is. This is the satanic high holy day, man. You know, you got lots of sacrifices that take place on this day, man. I don't want to veer off on that point too much, but can you read verse 5 real quick? And then whatever you got to, I know you said you want to bring out something too, but let's read verse 5 first, and then we'll get what you got.
This is Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahawah, that I will raise up David a righteous branch.
I will raise up David a righteous branch. Go ahead.
And a king shall reign and prosper.
And a king shall reign and prosper. You said a righteous branch. As we was reading in Isaiah the 11th chapter. You see, a branch shall come out of the stem of Jesse. That's talking about Yahawashi. Okay, you got it.
And shall execute judgment and justice in all the earth.
And shall execute judgment and justice in all the earth. And that's ultimately what we need, man. We need judgment and justice to be executed throughout the whole four corners of the earth, man. Because this whole earth is out of whack. Since you got the devil ruling, man, everything is just out of course. Everything's out of order. You see, everything, we live in a land of darkness, man. But Yahawashi, when he returns, what's he gonna do? He's gonna flip everything that's upside down. He's gonna make it upright. Okay? But it begins with this. It begins with this gospel being preached throughout the four corners of the earth, man. And then the end will come. All right. So let's jump back real quick to Isaiah the 11th chapter, read verse 1 again, and then jump down. Okay.
This is Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. Verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time.
The Lord shall set his hand again the second time. So what the brother just read in Jeremiah 23 is that what? It will no longer be said that the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. That was the first time. But behold, the Lord liveth that shall deliver them out the north country. That's the second time. So read that again.
Isaiah chapter 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time,
right,
to recover the remnant of his people.
To recover the remnant of his people. Who are the remnant? The elect. All right, the remainder of his people. Okay, because not every single Israelite on this first go around is gonna make it, man. Okay, you're gonna have 2/3 of our people here in the land of Israel. Excuse me, in the land of Israel. You're gonna have 2/3 of our people here in America that's gonna be completely annihilated and destroyed, man. Only the elect of the nation of Israel is gonna make it, man. Okay, you got it.
Continuation, which shall be led from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar.
From Shinar, go ahead.
And from Hamath.
And from Hamath.
And from the islands of the sea.
And from the islands of the sea. Okay, because we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, as the brother just read in Jeremiah 20. This is a direct link to it. We were scattered. Okay, remember when you read in the book of Acts, the first chapter, it says that Yahawashi told the disciples, you know, because they asked, now, Lord, are you going to restore the kingdom to Israel? And he pretty much told them no, because you got to go to the uttermost part of the earth, which is here to the west, America. Okay, so we will be scattered, but we will look to that. We will look to that ensign. Okay, as a matter of fact, did we read that in Isaiah the 11th chapter, or is that verse 10?
Yeah, verse 10. We didn't read that yet.
Yeah, read verse 10.
Isaiah 11 and verse 10. In that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people.
There shall be a root of Jesse that shall stand for an ensign or a standard for the people. Right? Go ahead.
To it shall the Gentiles seek.
To it shall the Gentiles seek. And those Gentiles are talking about who? They're talking about Israelites here, man. Okay, it ain't talking about Hamites. It ain't talking about Elamites and Edomites. Now, did you have Israelites that dwelt in these particular lands, as the brother read, as we read down? Yes, because we were scattered. But the Gentiles would seek the ensign that will be lifted in the last days, man. You got it. Unless I was it. Unless was that it on that?
No. We can get verses 12 and 13.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Okay,
Yep. You can break it down. You got it.
I got it. Verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel.
There it is.
And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. I'm gonna get the next verse and I'm gonna speak on it. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
There it is.
You know, just to further back up the priest Tazmai's point, man. The Gentiles that the Lord is talking about here is talking about scattered Israelites. All right, it tells you even in the New Testament, like you Christians like to go to and start from. All right, Yahawashi tells you that he come from the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. All right, the Lord didn't come for the heathen. You know, you had a situation with the woman at the well, man.
Right.
You know, what was she? She was a heathen, man. The Lord didn't say, "Oh yeah, you good. You can come and be amongst us." No, man. All right. We out here preaching the same message Yahawashi was preaching thousands of years ago, man.
Right.
Okay. We're coming in the spirit of our Lord Yahawashi. That God Jesus, that's a different God. That's a different God, man.
Yep.
You know,
that's a whole different spirit.
That's a whole different vibration. He tell you come how you are. All are welcome. No, man. This thing is holy. This is holy, man. This is separate. All right. The Lord Yahawashi, who you call God and Jesus Christ, it's an ultimate separatist, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a racist, man.
Yep.
Okay, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ are the biggest. They're the creators of racism. And there's nothing wrong with being a racist, man. It's just Esau took it and went too far with it, man. He completely took it and subjugated a group of people and pretty much made a pseudoscience out of it, man. There's nothing wrong with being for your people. That's racist. Literally just means advocating for your people. Okay, but the Lord chose the Israelites to be the #1 nation on the planet. Okay, he's the one that made us above all people, as it's written in Deuteronomy the 7th chapter, man. Okay. You have that Amos 9.
God.
All right, let's get that.
This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 11.
Start at verse 8.
God, verse 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahawah are upon the sinful kingdom."
Right, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and this sinful kingdom is talking about America, man. This is the sinful kingdom. Initially, it was talking about the nation of Israel, but now it's talking about Israel, man. America. And what makes America the sinful kingdom? All the anarchy and all the pretty much BS, man. You know, all the idolatry that's here in this place. You know.
Hey, also this place is ruled by the basis of men. This place is ruled by the most ruthless nation that the Lord has uprooted here on the planet.
The reason why I got it was because it was so packed up there. I was like, I can start.
So we find more brothers.
I mean, it's up to you. If it's in your spirit to break off, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you, bro. Like, if you want to stay, stay. You know what I'm saying? I just got these brothers because it was already so thick up there. So I was like, I'm just, with the grab, the brother from Austin here. So I was like, So
okay, shit, y'all probably grab one more then, and then shit. Yeah.
It's up to you. And then maybe like whenever Mike Ala Pathak come 1-1, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay,
do it that way.
Okay. Wicked, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the Lord says, hey, if this ain't the man of sin, if this ain't the most wickedest nation set up, then who is, man? Are we looking for Japhet after Esau is thrown down, man? No.
Well, Japhet supposedly supposed to be Esau.
Yep.
So according to some people, oh man, Esau, man, the so-called white man is Japhet. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, if Japhet is if the so-called white man is Japhet,
yep.
Okay, that would mean that we would have to go into captivity all over again by way of ships. Man. And we would have to go into a captivity even worse than this one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let that sink. If the so-called white man is Japhet, we would have to go into another captivity far worse than this one. That means that all the Mo activity, all the HOMO activity will be amplified on a whole nother level. And it doesn't say in the prophecies that Japhet will be ruling in the last days, man.
Nope.
It doesn't say that.
Japhet.
You know?
That's great.
No, the so-called white men they are the Edomites, man. You are Esau Edom. Okay? You ain't about to sit here and wiggle your way out of judgment, man. Nope. Japhet chilling. You know what I'm saying? Japhet on the back, they cooling, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, nigga, you Esau, bro. You ain't getting out of your judgment, boy. Boy. Right? We read that Amos 9.
Okay. This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. On the top it says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahawah are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said Yahawah."
Right, so the Lord is going to deliver the elect and destroy the rest of the 2/3, man. Okay? Remember the scripture says that in Jeremiah 30:7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, that there is none like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." That he is talking about the elect. Okay? Because remember, the eyes of the Lord being upon the sinful kingdom. This is synonymous with Jacob's trouble, man. Which we're pretty much in. You know, you got the wars ramping up and things of that nature, man. You know, you got Russia testing out new nuclear missiles. You know, the flying Chernobyl missile. They got a new missile they tested that can go underwater, create a tidal wave. You know, you got America that's actually beginning to test nuclear tech. They're resuming their nuclear tests, I'd rather say, after 30 years of not doing it. Donald Trump just came out and just said that yesterday, man, yesterday or 2 days ago, that now they got to start testing, because he's like, man, look, all these different nations that have nuclear capability, they're testing their missiles. We have the highest stockpile of missiles on the planet, so why not us? We got to test our missiles too.
That whole little weak ass little arrangement that they had with Peace 2025, that was just a facade, man. That's not real. Okay, that's just to show the sheep, to rock them back to sleep, to think everything's all good, man. Yep. It's not. All right. If that's the case, then why are the other nations of the world, why are the kings of the earth still doing military drills, man? Right. You know, why are they still testing out these missiles? For fun? No, that shit takes money. And lots of it to do these drills, to do these tests, man.
Like millions, tens of millions. When they shoot off one missile and they test it out, that's tens of millions of dollars.
Yep.
Maybe even hundreds. You know? So the Lord is putting it in their minds for them to begin their testing and for them to enhance their sword. Okay? Because remember, the missiles are the Lord's weapons that he's going to use. So when I seen Donald Trump make that point, like, yeah, you know what, we're going to start testing our missiles too. After 30 years, we ain't did it. Now we're going to start doing it. That's letting you know that we are that much closer to thermonuclear war popping off, man. Okay? You got it, Gadol.
Back in Amos chapter 9 and verse oh shit, looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, it is going to be a bad omen, man. You see bad omens. There's going to be bad omens here in America, man. Bad signs.
That's a spirit.
You know, you got it, Doc.
Okay. This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will command and I will shift the house of Israel among all nations."
I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Among all, you keep hearing that word, among the heathen, among the nations. I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. And what's ultimately the sifting? What sifts the house of Israel among all nations is this word going out. Okay, remember, this word is like unto a net, as it says in Matthew the 13th chapter, man. And it says it's going to draw in all kinds of fish, but the bad get cast out, but the good remain. So the net is what's gathering the nation of Israel. And what's the net today? The internet. As we're on the internet right now. And you have individuals that are hearing and scoffing, which you're going to have mass majority. Most people are going to scoff when they hear it. But you also have individuals that are listening, taking heed, and what? Repenting. And it's not through us. It's not through our word. Okay, it's through the spirit of Yahawashi using us as vessels. As it says, I think it's in John 17. I think John 17 and like I think like verse 10 maybe. It says and those that hear through thy word. John 17 verse let's see. Bear with me, Baba Kasha. John 17 and 20. That's what it is. Yep.
I got you.
Start at verse 17. Okay. And then we'll go back to Amos 9.
All right.
Because it's all says, well, hey, mind you, I know we started off in Isaiah 13, which we're going to get back to, but all this ties in together. Yep. All of it ties in together because before the destruction comes, this word has to go out. Yep. This is Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi stretching forth his hand. You see? Because remember, the Lord always sends his prophets before a great destruction takes place, man. Okay? So this all ties in because we started off with Isaiah 13 and mentions the standard. Okay? You got it out.
John 17 and verse 17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
Right. Sanctify them through thy truth. That word sanctify means to set apart. Set apart them through thy truth, which who's the truth? Yahawashi said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Sanctify them, set them apart through thy truth, which is this word. Thy word is truth, which the word of Yahweh is Yahawashi. He is the word, right? Go ahead.
Verse 18, as thou hast sent me into the world,
right?
even so have I also sent them into the world.
Right. So as Yahawashi was sent on a mission, we are sent on a mission. Just as Yahawashi said, what? My meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. Our meat is to do the will of him that sent us and to finish their work. You see? It's not about us. Our job is to be servants of Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, man. Our job is to do his will, whether we like it or not, man. That's why we out here on a Friday night on so-called Halloween to ruin the damn nights, man. I'm gonna keep saying that too.
Yep.
For you big head ass niggas out here, man. You got it out.
Verse 19. And for their sakes I sanctify myself.
And for their sakes. Whose sakes is he talking about? He talking about everybody? No. He's talking about the elect. Even when you jump up to verse 9. Matter of fact, jump up to verse 9 real quick and then jump right back to where you at.
Con, I got you. Verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
There it is right there. I pray for them, the elect, and I pray not for the world. So who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he ain't praying for everybody. He ain't looking for everybody. Yep. He ain't expecting everybody to hear him and accept him. Okay, he said, I pray for them and I pray not for the world. Yep. The world here is talking about the world of Israel, the cosmos.
And the thing is, you know, if you don't have true understanding of these scriptures, man, if the Lord's not dealing with you, you won't be able to get these scriptures, man. You're just going to be reading the book, you know, with words on the page, man. Because you're going to come across certain things in the scriptures that you would think is contradicting itself. For example, what we just read here in John 17 chapter, and you go back and read John, the famous John 3 and 16.
Right.
You'll be like, oh, man, well, what
do you mean? What do you mean?
You know, no, man. Then you got to, you know, I saw some elders on down. You know, they always tell us, man.
One of y'all can wear this. So let's work it out. One of y'all can wear this. Well, I'm gonna come on this side. Yeah, because I already have them in the middle, so whenever y'all speak, you can pick up.
You should go. Oh, you gonna be on a level overnight.
I'm gonna put this necklace inside. Just do it right. I'm gonna do it right.
Research and studying. You know, that's how we came up on a level where we teach the fellow Israelite, man. You know?
Yep, that's right.
Verse 9 again in John the 17th chapter. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
Well, for they are thine. You see, the elect were given to Yahawashi, man. So that's who Yahawashi, when he said it is finished, when he went on the cross and he shed his blood, and he was the atonement for the nation of Israel. It begins with the elect. His sins covered. His sin, or excuse me, not his sins, like I was a slip of the tongue. His blood covered the sins, all right, of the elect, because ultimately they were justified from the beginning of the world, man. Okay, these were those that knew, that the Lord knew from the beginning, man. Okay, you got it.
God. Verse 19. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through thy truth.
Yep.
Verse 20.
Here's the point.
Neither pray I for these alone,
right,
but for them also which shall believe on me through their word.
You see that? It says, neither I pray for these alone, but also for those that will believe on me through their word. You see that? Because it's not necessarily our word. Right. It's the words that were given to us by Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, man. As we were sent out on a mission, just as he was, man. Okay? So, any more on that, or we go back to Amos 9? Let's go back to Amos 9. And read that verse that you read again.
This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 9. It says, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a seed, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Right, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel, man, which we just broke that whole process of the sifting down. All right, that the whole process of the sifting is taking place with this word going out, man. Okay, you got it.
Got it. Continuing on, verse 10 says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake, nor prevent us.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man. You see? And what's that sword going to be? The beginning of that sword is going to be Esau, Edom, man. Okay? Because remember the scriptures say what? Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Right. And you clearly see the sword being sharpened in these last days, as it says, man. The sword is being sharpened, and it's also being furbished so that it can be put into the hands of the slayer, man. Okay? You got it out.
Verse 11 says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David. That's what you see being built up in these last days, is the tabernacle of David being rebuilt. Okay, the house of David. All right? Because remember, that's what Yahawashi gave what? He gave the keys to Peter. So the tabernacle of David is being built up in these last days, man.
Right.
You got it up.
It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
Shalom.
That is fallen and close up.
I did that on purpose.
Of the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruin.
So like it, brother. Read it again. My bad. I did that on purpose. Because he was looking. I was looking at him dead in his eye. He looked back at me. He turned around. He looked back at me again. I was looking dead at him. I was like, Shalom, what's up? But yeah, these dudes, man. Anyways, you got it.
God, this is Amos chapter 9 and verse 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
They out here on Halloween hanging out with niggas trick-or-treating. What the fuck, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with these niggas, man? But that go to show you, Jake is not serious, man.
Right.
Jake really not taking this shit serious. Slacky, not shit, Slacky. Slacky out my stuff. So not shit, but Jake is not taking it seriously, man. That was a whole Israelite out here with other people in Halloween costumes. Mm-hmm. This is before we started. We was up here getting set up. There was a Jake out here, and he was a Jake, but he was dressed as a small hat.
See?
And I'm like, bro, that's spiritual, bro. Like, Jake is really to have no idea who the hell they are.
Right.
He was dressed up like an Amalekite. He had the fake little thing, the hat on, the outfit on, but it was a Jake.
See?
Like, here it is. He's really an Israelite, though.
Right. Yeah. He dressed, they actually supposed to be vice versa. It's supposed to be like that.
Right.
We supposed to be up on top, and they supposed to be at the lowly.
Right.
But like you say, but he did it as a joke.
Right. Hey, all the gameplay ain't gonna stop though, man. That was crazy. He was an Israelite walking around with people in a bunch of costumes, man. Tripping. Should have brought out Galatians 2 on his ass. You know what I'm saying? It was like when the apostle Paul cursed out, he was like, "Hey, over here, you with the Gentiles, you acting like it, but when we come around, you trying to straighten up." No, I'm just joking, man. But you got it out.
Amos chapter 9, verse 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof.
Right, and the breaches are being closed up via this word. Go ahead.
It says, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Right, I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And this is what you see being built up in these last days. The tabernacle of David is being resurrected, and it's being built up as in the days of old. All right, and who's going to sit on the throne of David? Yahawashi is going to sit on the throne of David, man.
That's right.
Okay? So I was going to expect that. Yeah, Yahawashi is going to sit on the throne of David, man. You see? And what does the throne of David consist of? It consists of judgment. Okay? It consists of the heathen being brought low. As a matter of fact, real quick, what's that? Psalm 122, I think it is. There's a judgment shall be for on the thrones of David.
This is Psalm chapter 122 and verse 5. It says, for there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David.
You see that it says there are set thrones plural. There are set thrones of, read that again.
God, it says, for there are set thrones of judgment,
right?
The thrones of the house of David.
The thrones of the house of David, man. So it's going to be on the thrones of the house of David. The elect. What did Yahawashi tell the apostles? He told them what? He said, ye that follow me in the regeneration shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging who? The 12 tribes of Israel, man. That's ultimately that's what we're looking for, man. Okay, we're not with this world. We're not with the ways of this world. We want to sit on thrones, man.
Right.
We want to judge, man. We want to implement judgment. We want righteousness to ensue on the planet Earth, man.
That's right.
But in order for that to happen, judgment has to happen first, man. Okay? Anybody got anything, or else we're going to go back to Isaiah 13. Go ahead,
we're kind of laying back on that. Isaiah 9, verse 6 and 7, it says, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be under his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it, and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. And we mentioned like how that government where it's gonna have those thrones, you know, and Yahawashi sitting on the throne of King David. That's gonna be established, and it's gonna be a government that's gonna be set up. There's gonna be no end.
Yep.
And what it said, and when you have a government or a council, what do? They in the courts of an empire, they counsel and judge throughout the land. So that's what is being set up. It's going to be a righteous rulership that's going to go forth and judge throughout the world.
Yep. There's going to be the government, and the government shall be upon the shoulders, like you said, man. You know, and I always love to go into it. That word government means to control the mind. All right, governmentes. You see, govern to control the mentes' mind. All right, so the minds of everybody will be controlled. All right, by the Israelites. Our mindset is going to be pushed on the planet Earth, man. Okay, and there ain't going to be no opinion. I don't feel it. I don't want it. No, you're going to do it, or you're going to get your ass blasted to smithereens, man.
Right.
Your ass going to get your ass going to get busted. All right, the scripture says that it says that what? We shall dash them to pieces as a potter's vessel, man. So it ain't going to be no. It ain't going. Well, you know what? They're going to have the thought in their mind to do it. They're going to have the thought in their mind to do it, to transgress. You see, because remember, that prophecy has to be fulfilled. We're going to have to dash somebody. We're going to have to stop the rain from falling on somebody.
Right.
You know? You got it. Was that it on that?
Yeah, that was it on that.
Okay. Did you have something on?
No, you got it.
Okay. Let's see. Let's jump. Matter of fact, you can keep going. Matter of fact, we still have Amos 9, or you gave it you said Amos 9 or no? No, you good. No, you good. Let's go back to Isaiah 13.
This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them.
Right, exalt the voice unto them. All right, and we just brought we brought out a whole plethora of precepts breaking just down that one verse and what the standard means, what the standard consists of. It says in what? Read that again.
Done. Verse 2, it says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble.
Shake the hand that he may go into the gates of the noble. So when you shake the hand, when you shake the finger, that's letting you know somebody's being rebuked. As a matter of fact, there's another precept that says at the shaking of the hand of the Lord. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Shaking of the hand of the Lord. Let's see, shaking Isaiah 19. Let's get Isaiah 19 and 16 real quick, and then we'll come right back to this.
Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 16.
Start of verse 14 actually. Slack
Isaiah verse 19 and chapter 19 and verse 14. And Yahawashi have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yep. And it says, in Yahawashi have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. In the midst of where? In the midst of Egypt. That right. Egypt is America. So it's a perverse spirit out here right now. Literally. You got grown ass motherfuckers walking around in goddamn costumes, man. That's a perverse spirit. Okay? You got men wanting to be women, women wanting to be men. You know? You got all kinds of BS out here, man.
Right.
So it's a perverse spirit that's already mingled in the midst of America. Okay? You got it.
It says, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Right, and these people are spiritually drunken, man. Spiritually gone, man. Have no idea what the hell's going on in the world and the society that they live in, man. You ask somebody to point to where Syria is on a map, they can't even tell you.
Right.
You know? A lot of people don't even know what's happening tomorrow, November 1st. You know, most people don't even know what the hell's going on out here.
Right.
You know? Because everybody's caught up in folly, man. The scriptures say what? Folly is set in great dignity.
Right.
Okay? You got it out.
Verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
Yep.
Which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
Right. There shall be no work in Egypt, man. You see, and that's why you see all these jobs being cut. AI is taking everybody's damn job, man. You got 48,000 layoffs at UPS, 600,000 layoffs at Amazon, you know, 1,800 layoffs at Target. You know? You got, bro, back in the day, if you got fired from your job or you need to just get something real fast, you go to Amazon. Man, Amazon, hire your ass right there.
Yeah.
Nigga, get some boots and man, nigga, get to work, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, Amazon like, hell no, I got a robot that can do that.
Yep.
You see everybody getting ready, you got people crashing out on TikTok, social media. Why? Because they took our job, you know, they took our jobs. You know, they was mad at the so-called Mexican, you know, on South Park. They took our job. Well, yeah, you know who took your job now, nigga? AI took your goddamn job, man.
Right.
You know, so there ain't no work in Egypt, not for the head or the tail, man. You got people in high levels getting cut, and you got people in low areas getting cut.
Right.
You got it out.
Like I say, look at what happened with the tolls years ago. You had people in the tolls, they would give you money, you give them change.
Yeah.
They all of a sudden they changed that and nobody's there because what? Everything became what? Electric or is used as AI. Now you got even delivery downtown. You don't have no delivery people running as much.
You got robots.
Because what? They got robots. They sit in the corner and they go grab their food and they take it over to them.
Yep.
You know, it's taking up the even like mopping, things like that. I just came from the store QT. I'm walking around, next thing you know, this damn little machine just came out of nowhere, started mopping.
Bro, QT.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm mopping.
I remember I went to go get some food a while back. Bro, I had a robot server.
See?
A robot server. You know what I'm saying? A robot came and delivered my food. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Right. And what did that lead to? That lead to what the article said that I read the other day, how it was like, it's more people that's without jobs than it is the jobs available. So if you're having that, what are they saying? These elites saying they don't need you.
They don't need
we don't have to feed you because you're not no help to us.
Yep.
We got AI for that now.
Yep.
But people don't understand. A lot of people reject knowledge. We've been out here letting you know what the things that was coming down the pipe. But what are you doing? Y'all want to go out, party, don't worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? But now you're starting to see the effects that's happening to someone near you or something that's happening in your home.
Yeah.
You still got these niggas enchanted by this technology.
Yeah.
First you introduce it as something convenient. Okay, yeah, we're going to introduce this at your job. It'll help you. You know what I'm saying? That way you can have more time to do something else. And eventually that shit going to replace you completely, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yep. You got UBI. You know they're floating the idea around of a universal. Well, they're not calling it a universal basic income. They're calling it a guaranteed basic income.
Guaranteed.
Whereas you got a recurring payment that comes every month that could cover a 2-bedroom apartment. They got that in the laws right now. They're trying to pass that law. What do you think that's going to lead to? That's going to lead to a universal basic income for everybody. Whereas, okay, people going to look at it like, okay, well, shit, I got an income that's going to cover a 2-bedroom apartment monthly, and I got to go to work. Sign me up.
Yeah.
But that's going to come. That's going to come with a cost.
Yep. That's
going to come with more. That's going to come with more surveillance on you, man.
Yep.
These digital IDs. And that's going to eventually lead to the mark of the beast.
Was that Sirach 12 and 10, 12, where it says he pretend to help thee, but yet he's going to undermine thee.
Right.
You got some time.
You got it out.
You can break it down. So Rock 20 and 12 of the GNT. Sometimes what seems like a real bargain can turn out to be a very expensive mistake.
Woo! Read that again.
So Rock 20 and 12 of the GNT.
That's gonna be that's ultimately gonna be for the chip.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got it, Doc.
It says sometimes what seems like a real bargain can turn out to be a very expensive mistake.
What can seem to be a real bargain, it could turn out to be a mistake for your ass, man. And these people are being squeezed into this new world order, man.
Right.
Everybody's being squeezed to bow down to the image of the beast. Right. Whether you want to or not. I mean, most people are already wondering after the image of the beast. Mm-hmm. Which the image of the beast is a revival of the Roman Empire today. As we're living in the revival of Rome. You see? But everybody's being squeezed into this new system to the point where you're not going to have no say so, and you're going to have people that's going to crash out. You're going to have people that's going to buck up against the system, as it says in 2nd Ezra 15. You know. But most people are going to submit, man.
Right.
You know.
It's already tired of working. Like you said, these are comes with that UBI. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, in a couple of 2-bedroom apartment, I ain't got to go to work. Like you said, bro, niggas gonna be able to sign me up.
Yeah,
It's cool. Oh man, that's a bargain right there.
yeah. You know how Esau gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna have a drone drop some food off. I mean, I got DoorDash 24/7. I gotta leave my house. Here it is. Esau send your ass up to have your ass in a digital prison, man.
Yep.
15-minute cities, everything's 15 minutes away, man. Shit,
Play your game
sign me
all
up.
day.
Well, what I gotta do is sign up. Okay, well, yeah, you gotta get this. You gotta get this microchip. But the thing is, it's gonna be such a bad time that people gonna be begging for a solution. I just gotta get it. You gotta get this chip. Okay, I need to eat. I need to, you know, and that's gonna be it. You know.
Shit, I mean, if I can make a good point, because you can really see that now how they treat the whole, you know, the SNAP benefits and all that, right? If Esau was to say, if you was to say, all right, if you want to get your SNAP back plus more for the rest of your life or whatever, all you gotta do is take this MOTB, bro. You know how quick Jay will hopping down line, hey, sign me up, shit, fuck that, shit, food plus more, shit, because they already crashing out as it is. When it just comes to something like this is just a snap. So this is just like pretty much the beginning of it. He didn't even say Section 8 yet, right? Keyword yet.
Right.
You know, so how much more, you know, like the quote man, you know, they do this in the green tree, how much more in the palm tree?
Yeah.
Right? So when shit really start getting taken away from him and he presents that the MOTB, right? Bro, Jay gonna be, sign me up, I'm ready, quick as hell, man.
Right.
Right, like the brother went into, man, ultimately really just begging to take, man. You know, Esau might not have to really give you benefits like that, as long as you can eat.
Yep.
As long as you can, you know, take care of your family. You know?
Yep. That's gonna. And when people can't eat, they get desperate. See what I'm saying? When people get desperate, when people get hungry, they get desperate. When people get desperate, they get dangerous.
Right.
All right. You got it, Doc. Was it okay? Let's jump back to Isaiah 19.
Gotcha. It's back Isaiah chapter 19, verse 16. It says, "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women,
Yep.
and it shall be afraid and feared because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts."
They shall be afraid of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts. You see? But the beginning of that shaking comes by way of his men first. You see? That's the beginning of the shaking of the hand of the Lord, man. And remember, it says in Revelation, the 11th chapter, that what? After 3 days and a half, they stood upon their feet, and what? Great fear fell upon them which saw them. Not the average, everyday Joe Smo walking down the street. It's talking about the elite. Because they know once they see the prophets rising up in these last days, that's the end of their kingdom.
Right.
That's the end of America. There's no more time left here, man. Okay? There's no more time left here in America. As it says in Lamentations, the 4th chapter, you know, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom that dwells in the land of Uz. Rejoice and be glad. Max your credit cards out. You know, do all kinds of madness you want to do, because after that, that's gonna be it. Okay. Any more on that?
It says, "And it shall be afraid and in fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts,
Yep.
which he shaketh over it."
Which he shaketh over it. They shall be afraid and fear. Because before, it's always something whereas somebody says something that they're gonna do, and then when they actually pull up and do it. So we're heralding the coming of Yahawashi, and we're letting you know, like, look, this is what the Lord letting you know to get right before I get there.
Right.
And it's just like I said, it's just like if somebody actually pull up, you know, I'm talking about somebody been talking cash, and then they actually pull up on your ass, and you're like, oh shit. So the Lord getting ready to pull up, man. Everybody will talk about all the pull up, but no, the man that Yahawashi is the ultimate pull up. He the pull up master. And when the Lord pull up, that's when everybody gonna shut down.
That's right.
You know?
Verse 17, I'm gonna read this verse in NLT.
We good on water,
Yeah,
right?
in NLT.
Yeah,
Isaiah 19 and 17 in the NLT. It says, "Just to speak the name of Israel would terrorize them. Woo! For the Lord of heaven's armies has laid out his plan against them."
Man, you got it out.
Yeah, like just to speak the name, just to speak the name of Israel, man. You see, it's gonna be terrorizing unto them. That's why it says it lines up with that in Revelation, man, about that breath in Revelation 11. All right, that breath being breathed back into their dead body, and they stand up on their feet, and great fear fell over those nations that seen it. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know what it is, man. You see, now the prophets are back on the scene, telling Esau his judgment, telling the heathen their judgment. Yahawashi is about to come down and take down their rule, man.
Right.
See, the same people that they had in captivity, the same people that they buck broke and bred like cattle, did all kind of manners of wickedness to, and still do to this day, they're gonna have to pay for it, man.
Yep. I got something for you real quick. Zechariah 12:3. Actually, yeah, Zechariah 12:3. It says, and in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. See, so Israel's going to be, Jerusalem, Israel is going to be a burdensome stone, man. When you get that word burdensome, that word burdensome here says very heavy. You see, and did we not just read the burden of Babylon the Great? Who's going to come through? Who's going to come through? The elect of the nation of Israel prophesying it, man. You see? Remember, Yahawashi is also known as a millstone. It says that whoever falls upon that stone will be crushed, but whoever the stone falls upon will be ground to pieces. You know? We can jump back to
Hey, hold on.
No, go ahead.
You got it though.
No, you got it.
Isaiah 19 and 18 in the NLT. I'm only 17 to get sloppy. Just to speak the name of Israel will terrorize them, for the Lord of heaven's armies has laid out his plan against them. In that day, five of Egypt's cities will follow the Lord of heaven's armies. They will even begin to speak Hebrew, the language of Canaan.
There it is.
One of these cities will be
Heliopolis.
Yeah, the city of the sun.
Yep. And that's, you gotta go ahead.
I
Make a
was
point.
that point in that Hebrew, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Jake, they scoff at the Yahawashi Kodash. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nobody knows it. You got some camp saying that we don't even know the true names, man. You see, but here it is. It just said that we gonna even speak Hebrew, man. The land of Canaan, the language of Canaan, bro.
Right.
Yep.
You see, the original language what our forefathers spoke, man.
Yep.
Not that Yiddish, bro. You know what I'm saying? In order to call upon the true names of Yahawah, Yahawashi, and these end times, man.
Yep. We will be and we will call upon Yahawah Yahawashi in the pure language, man. The Hebrew tongue, the Yahawashi Kodash, man. Whether people want to like it or not, or whether people want to believe it or not, man. The scripture says that in that day his name shall be one. It said he said he would turn his people into a pure language. Zephaniah, I think it's the book of Zephaniah.
Yeah.
You know, that pure language is the holy tongue, man.
Right.
Okay, because Jesus Christ, that ain't the pure name. You know.
And who the ones who go into Hebrew the most, bro? Who pushed that on our people, man? To go into these words, man. To tap back into the language. The apostles is a great millstone, man.
That's right.
Showing you, telling you who the true prophets are, man. But we reading about what the prophet will be doing. You know?
That's right.
Yep. We will be turned back to our heritage, man.
Man, it said in the midst of Egypt,
In
bro.
the midst of Egypt.
Right here in Babylon the Great, bro.
And I think it says also too, it'll be called the city of destruction. In the KJV.
Yep. Yeah, when we read.
Yeah, read that. Yeah.
Isaiah 19 and 18 in the KJV, it says, and in that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan,
Which is the Hebrew.
and swear to the Lord of hosts. One shall be called the city of destruction.
One shall be called the city of destruction, man. You see? And that's why we're also known as the prophets of doom. Okay? Because that's what's coming, man. We're not out here to give you a good message that God loves everybody and everything's gonna be okay. God bless America. You know, USA flags flying all over the place.
Right.
No, that's not our job to do, man. Our job is to let you know what the Lord's getting ready to do to America. He gonna bless America, all right. He gonna bless it with fire. He gonna cleanse it with fire, man.
That's right.
Okay, you got it up.
Well, laying back, because you were talking about how, they're going to be speaking Hebrew, because we're coming back to what? Our remembrance of who we are, because the Lord opened our eyes up. This is Zephaniah. You quoted Zephaniah 2 and 9. For then, Zephaniah 2 and 9, for then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
There it is. You got it.
So that name, as scripture say, that name is a strong tower. So when we receive that name, all right, and we're all under one accord, what that temple is starting what? It's starting to come together. It all starts with the name, knowing who your power is. When you call upon the Lord, like in the time of Egypt, the Lord started hearing their cry. But they knew the name. Now we know the name, and now we've been calling upon the Lord, and what he's starting to do at these times going on since the mid to late 80s, now he's starting to hear us what? Now things are starting to change. Now you're starting to see Esau move fast, like it says in Revelation 12 and 12, knowing he got a short time. It all started with that name, and then from there we built on. We continue to grow.
That's it.
We know more and more about our heritage, and we're out here to call upon the name of the Lord and tell our people to repent. And we know it's just going to be the elect that's going to receive it, but do that supposed to slow us down and be like, well, he may not get it, let me chill? No, constantly supposed to be into our people ear, into the Lord's ear.
Whether they hear, whether they forbear.
Whether they hear or forbear.
Yep. I got something for you real quick after you done make your point.
Hey, and like I said, when we hear or forbear. So it's a point, it's getting to a time where the mercy, this grace period is about ending. It's a time for everything. As it says in Ecclesiastes, and right now, it is not a time for just loving everybody, all right? Because it's a time for love and a time for hate. We hate Babylon. We don't like America. That's just a strong dislike. Why? Because what? It is adverse to the ways of the Lord.
Right. I got something for you real quick. It says that they would all, in one consent, they would all speak that pure language, right? Mm-hmm. Isaiah 52 verse 8 says, "Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing."
Hey, and the watchmen. We are the watchmen. All right. We are spiritual news reporters.
Yep.
Let you know what's going on. All right. And we're here to cry loud and spare not.
Yep. It says, "For they shall see eye to eye when Yahawah shall bring again Zion."
And what it say? Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. All right. If you read that last part of
Yep. Isaiah 52 verse 8. Now read it again. It says, "Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when Yahawah shall bring again Zion."
Yeah, and the Lord is bringing again Zion, and we're starting to sing. We see eye to eye, that one consent.
Yep.
All right, and what? We're bringing out a new song. So you got, like, the elect is going to receive it. The 2/3 will be like, I don't know, it's just sounding like scratch to me, jibber jabber.
Yep.
But to us, that's that new language. All right, that's that new word. That's something when your eyes are open, now you see it. When I got into the truth, what I say, what is it? I was like, what's that name? When you heard when you heard the name of the Lord, you said you get chills, goosebumps. Why? Because what? It's authentic, it's real.
Yep.
All right? That's that pure language, that pure name of the Lord. That's why when, like I said, IUIC, they go around talking about what we got, Christ. And they say, we know the name of the Lord. Why are you not calling out the name of the Lord? You're supposed to let the people know who they're supposed to call upon.
Yep. You're supposed to tell them the name, man.
Yep.
What is his name and what is our son's name if y'all can tell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, go ahead. Okay, if I can make a point too, like the brother said, your name is important. That's a part of the new song.
Right.
See? Just think of it accordingly. How when you listen to a song that your parents may have played when you was a child, you know, you used to growing up hearing it on Sunday evening. But when you hear that song now, it puts you in remembrance of how it was, where you was back then.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. This new song that's being played by the prophets is sparking a remembrance of the elect. Like Paul said, was it Paul or Peter? Said, "I stir up your pure minds, man."
That was Peter. Peter.
Yeah, Peter, the water.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and how is he doing it? By this song that's being sung, man, by this vibration that's going out, man. You see, that's bringing the elect back into remembrance, man.
Yep. Because we've been given the mind of Yahawashi, man. Because though you once knew this. Because we did once knew this, man. We did once know this, I'd rather say. The scripture says the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. My sheep hear my voice, and I am known of them, and they know me. You know?
Like it was like the scripture say, man, we were spiritually dead at one point, man.
Right.
You see, like when somebody's in a coma, like some such as a song can bring them out of that coma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it just sparks something in them to wake up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what this new song is.
Yep. Alzheimer's as well too.
Right. All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, it can bring back that memory, man.
Right.
You see, and that's what the Lord is doing. This song is being played, man. You see, and we coming back into remembrance of who we are. And now Esau's scared, man. These heathens are scared, bro.
Yep. That hand is being shaken, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, iniquities is being pointed out. Okay, and people are fearing, man. You know, when you hearing you're hearing the threat. You know, the scripture says the Lord has threatened, and who should not be afraid.
Right.
You know, so when they hear the threat of thermonuclear destruction, famine, pestilence, you know that should cause people to fear, man. But people are so docile in today's time that they first and foremost they don't even hear. They physical organ, their ears listening, but but they're not really like getting it. They're not really listening to what's being said.
Hear the horn?
Oh yeah, I hear it. Wow. Yep. It's like a purge horn.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's that purge horn. You got it.
Huh.
Hey, purge is getting ready to come too. Purge is coming to America. A city near you.
That's right.
And what is it? Hey, spiritually, a purge means cleanse. So really, it's a purge going on right now. If you can receive it with this word going out,
Right.
you got it out. I'm sorry, Hebrews. It says he's a purge your conscience. You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi, you got it.
All right, come on, I'll get right to it. This is Ezekiel 33 and
we'll get back to this one.
Verse 4. It says, then whosoever, I saw the verse, I'll get to verse 4. It says, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. And this is verse.
Yeah, and that's going into the watchman, man. The trumpet being blown. If you don't take heed to the message, you don't take heed to the warning. Are those men are gonna, those individuals are gonna save themselves, but you're gonna be caught out there, man.
That's right.
And we're gonna. Matter of fact, he's about to go into it. You got it.
Verse 5. If he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. And that's why, like I say, we received this good news, and now we're measuring the times and seeing where we at. In the time of the Lord's movie, we're letting you know that we're at the end, and the sword is coming. Because look at it, we coming back into our last. It says in like Jeremiah 28, around the 8th verse. The prophet before me and before what did they prophesy? About many kingdoms, about many of the downfall of the kingdom that was getting set up to come. So we're in the same lot as the prophets before us. Letting you know, if we don't blow this horn and let you know that destruction, the sword is coming, that's what a sword do. It comes to maim, all right, to slew you, which is what? To unalive you. That's what's coming. Bad times, as it says in Ephesians 5.
Yep.
Bad times, evil. And we're supposed to be letting you know. Because why? We're getting the blood off our hands.
Yeah.
Esau's not playing what he's getting ready to do.
Yep.
Bro, if you ain't got no, like you said, if you ain't got no job, you got to get evicted, you're out on the streets, then you got what? The paddy wagon coming through. He's saying he don't need everybody. Look at the Georgia Guidestone. Esau is serious about his prophecy on the left-hand side. Right. If it ain't down, they want to get 7 billion people down to 500 million. What is he going to do? He's going to use certain events that's going to happen, like natural disasters, like what happened in Jamaica.
Yep.
What is that going to be? He said he's been setting up for a smart city.
Yep.
He don't need all of the what they call the mouth feeders there.
Yep.
What is happening in Hawaii? What he's going to do here in America? He don't need all of it.
California.
California.
The so-called wildfires out there too.
That's right. Them wildfires. Like I said, this is only just the beginning of Esau's plan. Now with Trump in office for the whole, it ain't even a full year yet. And look at all the things that he had implemented and the change that happened.
Trump is making America great again.
Yeah.
He's definitely making America great again.
Shoot.
It's man, I'm just joking.
Yeah, it don't include you niggas. He work on, when America was great, it was great for the Edomites and even other nations,
Yep.
Like Lazarus and the rich man. You the one that was lowly and the heathen nation was licking the wounds off of you. Now Esau want to give, he don't give a damn about his own people, the lowly of the Edomites. So what he's going to do when you have more poor people that's going to be without jobs within the next year, and no jobs. He's going to implement something like you said. He's going to bring that stipend where you can be at home, chilling like he did during the time of the demic, eating, and you're going to get certain stipends.
Yep, remember he was giving out stimmies? He was giving out some stimulus checks.
And everybody was happy, comfortable.
Yeah, that was all test.
Yeah.
Seeing how people would react. It was to stimulate you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a stimulus check? Oh, yeah, I can't work. He over here give me $2,000. I'll take it. Even though you had to pay that shit back.
Right.
You know?
Then look what's coming on the 1st. Bro, tomorrow, we don't know what's about. The Lord will is, hey, he ain't finna try to basically open it up and give everybody their food stamps and things like that. Cause if not, bro, these people finna bug out. They about to lose their mind, which Esau's been setting up and wanting that to happen.
Yep.
That's why Trump has set up what is like 500 National Guards in each city, major city or something like that.
The National Guard Response Force.
Yeah, get prepared for
it. They can pretty much go anywhere in the country within 24 hours.
Exactly, and it's not gonna stop there because it's gonna be more of the military. He's gonna set up for the army in due time.
Yep.
All right. Never trust our enemy, was it said. As Iron Russ, this is still the same Edomite that was whooping you on your backs. That was basically had you in slavery, cargo, the translated slaves ship. Bro, these are the great grandchildren, great grandchildren. Some of them just great grandchildren of the people that were basically ruling over you with what? With whips, chains, and hanging you on the tree.
Yeah, man. You know, so at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you know, pretty much a tab has to be paid, man.
Right.
And we at that time where the tab is getting ready to be paid. Okay? The tab is getting ready to be paid, right?
That's right.
Let's go back to Isaiah 13. Yep.
This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountains, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that it may go to the gates of the noble.
And you see how we break the scriptures down, man? You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is how you break the scriptures down the right way, man. You know, here it is. We only read 2 verses, but it was all these precepts that came out over just 2 verses, man. See, you read this, you ask a so-called Sunday school pastor, you know, your pork chop being passed on Sunday. Hey, can you break down Isaiah 13? Oh man, you know, how about you go ahead and come back next week? It ain't been over yet.
Right. Yeah.
It's sealed. You know, like, nah, man, the scriptures tell you that the seals will be loosed. Somebody got to know it. You know,
Jeremiah 5,
you got it out.
Verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger.
Right, I've commanded my sanctified ones, and I've called my mighty ones to anger, man, for his anger. All right, the sanctified ones are talking about the elect of the nation of Israel, and his mighty ones are the angels, man. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because even when it comes down to these missiles being shot, it's still going to be Yahawah controlling them. Remember, there's an angel that has power over fire, man. It says that in Revelation, the 14th chapter. You know? You got it up.
It says, even them that rejoice in my highness.
Even them that rejoice in my highness. Okay? Because the angels always rejoice in the presence of the Lord, man. But we also rejoice in Yahawah's highness as well, too. You got it.
Verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains.
Yep.
Like as of a great people.
Yep.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. All right, let's hold that. Let's get Joel, the 2nd chapter. All right, let's get Joel, the 2nd chapter. And let's start at verse, maybe like 20. We can really start. Joel 2? Joel 2? We can, yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Right, the day of the Lord is nigh at hand, man. And that's our job, is to what? To blow the trumpet in Zion, man. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up my voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. So a spiritual trumpet is being blown. All right, as we was going into earlier. You got it.
Verse 2, it says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains.
And that's going into the destruction. All right, because when these missiles hit, man, it's going to cause everything to go dark, man. All right, the sun ain't gonna be shining when these missiles hit.
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to see the moon or the star. No, it's gonna be completely dark outside, man. Okay, all the dust and all the debris that's gonna be blown into the sky, the mushroom cloud. You know, then also too, you can't forget the chariot's gonna be blocking out the sun too. It's gonna be, man, the Lord gonna have all bases covered when it comes down to destroying this place, man. You got it.
Like with an alarm, you got like different sounds of an alarm.
Yep.
You got an alarm that you can triumph over your enemies. This ain't the right alarm.
Right.
This alarm is crying out for a battle cry, a war. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The Bible says there's a sound of war in the land. I think it's in the book of Isaiah, you know?
Yeah.
That's what's going on, you know? You got it.
Yep, that's right. You got it.
Back in Joel chapter 2, in the middle of verse 2, it says, a great people and a strong. There have, it says, there have not ever, there have not been ever the light, neither shall be any more after it.
That's going into the missiles. Go ahead.
Even to the years of many generations.
Right, because after this war, there's going to be the war to end all wars, man. That's why in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, those various different nations, it says what? They're going to beat their swords into plowshares and their spears back into pruning hooks in that day. You see? Because this is going to be the war that's going to cause everything to be completely changed.
Right.
You ain't going to have no stockpile of a nuclear missile that's hid somewhere that heathen got it hid. Here it is, we destroying. We destroying all the weapons, and then a goddamn Edomite got a missile tucked away somewhere in the jail cell that he's in. Maybe we gonna use this against Israel on that day. Like, no, it's not gonna happen, man. All these missiles that are being created are going to be used. You ain't gonna have no missile in a museum getting done. This is gonna be the missile that was gonna pop off World War III until there was negotiation talk. No, that ain't gonna happen.
But Esau using missiles now.
Right.
So what's the difference?
Yeah. You know, there's a missile drop. I think there's a missile dropped every 12 minutes underneath the Trump administration, man. Every 12 minutes, the missiles drop. You got it out.
Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I created him that brought the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
It is. Yep.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
Yep. And the waster is talking about the missile. And the Lord's the one that controlled it. He's the one that created the smith that blows the coal in the fires, man. So these are Yahawah Bashim Al-Shai's army, as we're reading in Joel 2. You got it.
Back in Joel 2 and verse 3, it says, a fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burning.
Yep.
The land is as the garden of Eden before them,
right?
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right, the land is as a garden of Eden before them, right? And what does Eden mean? Adon in the Hebrew means what? Paradise. In America, to these people is looked at as a paradise.
Right.
You know? So it's as the garden of Eden before them. Like, just imagine you walking straight, you got the city before you. You may have a park, whatever the case may be. It says the garden of Eden before them, but behind them a desolate wilderness. Because that's what the missile's going to do. It's going to bring forth a destruction.
Right.
A fire not blown shall consume them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, yep. Right before that missile hit, what? It was like a garden. Everybody, the earth was beautiful. People were at the park playing with their kids. Then after it hit, boom, you just see that cloud, and niggas just turn, niggas just fold up, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Turn that, get totally dehydrated, man.
Yep. That's right.
Going back, it says, verse 3, it says, the fire devours before them, and behind them flame burning. The land is at the garden of Eden before them, and behind them is the wilderness.
Yep.
And nothing shall escape them.
And nothing shall escape them. Nobody's going to escape the missiles, man. Once America gets hit with missiles, nothing's going to escape, man. You're not going to be able to escape in no bunker here in America. You know, you're not going to be able to go into your basement wherever you at and be. No, everything here in America is going to be completely on fire, man. You got it.
Verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses.
Which horses represents power. Go ahead.
And as horsemen, so shall they run.
Yep.
Like a noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
Yep.
Before their face, the people shall be much pain.
Pretty much people, it says before their face, the people shall be much pain, man, because when they see these things coming upon the earth, they gonna know that they gonna know that they done. Yep. You're gonna know they done. They're gonna know that they're done, man. You know? People gonna be dropping dead, getting heart attacks, shitting on themselves, throwing up on themselves, pissing,
right?
You know, screaming, people running around. especially when they get that message that, you know, Russia done shot a missile over here, it's gonna be here in 20 minutes.
Right.
This is not a test.
This is not a test. And they're gonna say try to get to a bunker or a safe place, but there ain't gonna be no safe place to go. They showed you that in American Horror Story, man.
Yeah.
That one episode of American Horror Story where the guy came on the news, he was like, man, look, you know, they shot some missiles off. I just want to let my son know that I love him. You know, and that was it. You know, so they ain't gonna, and when they get that message of the missiles being shot off from China, Russia, Iran, Pakistan, India, France, Germany, Great Britain, you know, and this is not a drill. Take cover, take safety.
Right.
But there ain't gonna be no safe place for you to go.
Boy, are your plans, your aspirations,
It's gonna be gone.
savings through
All your dreams is gonna be turned into nightmares, man.
the pit of your stomach?
And you have some of these. You gotta remember that they got submarines in the ocean too that they carry nuclear weapons, man. It'll get here faster than the one that's actually shot from their land. It takes like a Russian submarine. It said it'll take about like 10 to 15 minutes for it to touch America, bro.
Yeah.
That's fast, bro. 15 minutes, you can't. You can barely get down 30.
Bro, 15 minutes, yeah. You know what I'm saying? By the time you walk from here to the camp, to the cars from camp, that's 15 minutes. That's destruction. You know what I'm saying? Like, Russia got a new missile called the Flying Chernobyl.
The what?
The Flying Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And that missile, when I looked it up, that missile can pretty much stay in the air for days or weeks. So that at any given moment they can cause it to hit where they need it to hit, and it's undetectable, and it has limitless range.
It's just going or just hovering and then what?
Well, it can stay in the air because the oxygen it doesn't need to refuel up. The oxygen is its fuel. Yup.
Hey, boy, it's by the aim of the Lord.
Yup.
Bro.
And NATO calls it raining fire. That's what they call it.
Wow.
You know, so hey man, you know the spirit of the Lord is on these missiles to be created for the wasted to destroy.
Right.
Bro, China has a missile called 61.
61?
The missile itself is called 61. It has 60 warheads and one hydrogen bomb in it.
Yeah.
And it says that one missile can hit at all four corners of the earth with every single warhead. It has 61 warheads in it. 60 warheads and one hydrogen bomb.
Yep.
Lord, boy.
You know? So these nations ain't playing, bro. Like these missiles, it's gonna be a destruction from the Almighty, like it says in Isaiah 13. You got it, Doc.
Bro, they constantly making these missiles and creating these different type of nuclear weapons. For what? You think they just creating them just to say, look what we got?
Right.
There's a time where the Lord is gonna set in the mind of these kings to utilize these missiles. Bro, these things are getting set up for, like I said, a waster to destroy.
Yep.
That's happening. That's gonna happen. Thus said the Lord. The Lord said his word is not gonna come back void.
Yep. The Lord ain't a liar, man. You know, and the technology's increasing, weaponry's increasing, you know, to where these missiles they can hit their mark faster.
Right.
You got it, Doc.
Joel chapter 2 and 6 says, before their face the people shall be much pain, and all faces shall gather blackness.
Right, people gonna be drained in that day, man. Like they gonna be looking, they gonna be like, damn. You know, men's hearts failing them for fear.
Right.
You know, you got it.
I mean, if I make to a point, that made me think of they gonna be in the spirit of despair.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
of no hope. You know, say how your life flashes before your eyes,
Yep.
right before you die. That's where they gonna be in. Life flashing right before their eyes, looking at the missiles.
Right.
You know, like the brother made the movie example. Son, I love you. Kid, wife, I love you. Whatever.
Yep.
No, I think of one movie where it was like a family sitting at the table until right before everything got blown up.
Don't look up.
Don't look up.
Yeah, don't look up. Yeah, that's what it was. Don't look up at the table. Sitting there like, yeah, it's about that time. Boom, it got fucked up.
Yep.
You know? But you got
There's a show or a movie, excuse me, on Netflix. What's that shit called, man? It just came out like on the 24th. Idris Elba's in it, and pretty much there's you know what I'm talking about?
House of Dynamite?
House of Dynamite. That's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much a missile got shot. Pretty much a missile is about to hit America, and they got 18 minutes to figure out It's called House of Dynamite. It's on Netflix.
I'm gonna check that out.
The brother did a video on it. You know what I'm saying? But it came out on the 24th. They got 18 minutes to determine what they need to do because a missile's on the way. A nuclear missile's on the way. It's called House of Dynamite. House of Dynamite? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. America's that house and the dynamite. Once that missile hit, everything blowing up.
Yeah.
You know? But you got it out. Hey, I'm sorry, brother. It's a spirit why they making these movies and things, man.
Right.
A lot of missile coming in. Like, come on, man. Right. They just ain't a coincidence.
Where do you think they get the movies from? They get it from out of the scriptures.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. They get it from the scriptures, like the brother said, man. They get the vision and they see it, and the spirit's on them to make a movie about it, man. Mm-hmm. You know, like Oppenheimer, you know. Yeah, the Knowing, that's another one. Yeah. You know, the white stone and the black. Come on now.
Right.
You got it out.
Visions of destruction.
Yeah, then he get delivered by aliens.
Bro, even when they opened that time capsule, bro, the first images that they showed that was taken out was a missile and then chariots.
Yeah.
Bro. Seeing them on the paper was a missile and then another kid opened that paper and it was chariots on it.
You ever seen that? The Knowing?
Bro,
with Nicolas Cage?
Knowing. Yeah, with Nicolas Cage, bro.
Ah, man. You got to watch it, bro. You especially being the truth, you're going to be like, whoa.
You know, Nicolas Cage go up to him, looking for him, and his son was telling him, like, look, explain it to his daddy, look, like his son said they sent a message before them, and now they come to deliver us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They prepared the way, basically saying they prepared the way. They sent a warning to us, you know what I'm saying, to let us know what was going to take place. Now they're here to deliver us.
Yep. The girl that did the capsule, when they put that the chariots and the missile, they were deeming her crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
And she was called crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the cryptic message that nobody could understand.
Right.
That's the script. That's the prophecy. That's the scriptures, man.
Right. Yeah.
It was cryptic.
Yeah.
You know?
And Matthew will speak about come as one of the little children to enter the kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Because the children got delivered.
Right. Yeah.
Children got delivered.
You know?
Going back, Joel chapter 2 and verse 7. It says, they shall run like mighty men.
Yep.
They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his way.
I'm sorry, and the wall represents the fence. You see, so it said they're going to climb the wall like men of war. Just as Jerusalem was overtaken and men came over the wall, they broke through it. So it said they're going to climb the wall like men of war, meaning that what? There's not going to be any defense system here in America that's going to stop the missiles from hitting this place.
Right.
Okay, America's going to be completely wide open. And through the spirit of the Lord, I always say this, and I believe it, man. I believe the Lord going to shut the defense systems off in this place, man. Right. Where he ain't going to be able to activate it. You got it.
Yep. It says, and they shall march every one on his way.
Yep.
And they shall not break their ranks.
They shall not break their ranks. Meaning that what? They're not going to be shot out the sky. They ain't going to have another nuclear missile intercepted. No, they're not going to break their ranks. Every spot where these missiles going to hit, they're going to hit. They're going to hit their mark. You got it.
I got something. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. It says in verse I'm gonna start at verse 18. And he shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of an helmet. He shall take holiness for his invincible shield. His severe rod shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Just the point. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad. And from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark. And you know they're going, hey, bro, the Lord is going to guide these missiles, man. You see? Yep. Like the brother said, Esau going to be shooting them missiles, defending it, bro, the Lord's going to guide them, bro.
Yep.
It's not going to affect them, bro. That shit is going to supply. Well, what the hell? Our defenses are not working.
Yep. Yeah, because the chariot's going to be shutting them off. You're going to have like a missile, 2 missiles for Dallas, 2 missiles for New York, missile for LA. You see? And there's going to be missiles that's going to hit this place. It's going to be a wall of fire that's going to engulf this place, man.
Right.
And it's like, if you in your right mind, you would hear that, be like, a wall of fire going to engulf this place, America. Something to snap in your mind. But once again, these people are blinded, man. Completely saturated in their wickedness, man. You got people dressed up as so-called Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, Bond, you had a Jake that was over here dressed up like a small hat. A Jake, an Israelite dressed up like an Amalekite.
They the fucking the heathens.
But here it is, he's really the Israelite.
Right.
Completely backwards, man.
What?
You know? You got it out.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 8. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and they shall fall. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
Uh-huh.
I want to get that word sword, bro.
Absolutely.
Going to that word sword is Allah. Shalach. All right.
Shalach. To send. No, I know shalach is like to send or to cast or something like that.
It says weapons. It says missiles.
Missiles. Literally says missiles there.
Right. There you go.
Because that word has a root, doesn't it?
Yep, it does. It says, yep, to send. To
There
send
it is.
away.
What's going to be sent? The missile going to be sent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The missile's going to be sent, man. They go. Matter of fact, could you hold that real quick?
Gotcha.
Somebody get Psalm 11. Psalm 11, and I think it's verse. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Psalm 11 and Psalm 11 and 6.
I got you.
It ain't in the blue. Get it in the blue letter though. You know what I'm saying? There's a few words I want you to grab. I'll read it and then I'll get you the words. Psalm 11 and 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. So it says upon the wicked he will rain snares. So get that word snares real quick.
Snares.
Mm-hmm. Hold up. Yeah, you good. Yeah, you got it. Pach. Yeah, pach.
Pot. Oh, okay. I didn't read it. This is strong H 6340. This is pop, which means a bird trap, snare, or of calamities.
Of calamities. Go ahead.
Plots.
Source
of agent of calamity.
Source or agent of calamity. So there's going to be a source or an agent that's going to bring the calamity. That's going to bring the destruction, right? Go ahead.
A plate of metal.
A plate of metal. A plate of metal. Now, what's a missile made out of? Metal.
Right.
A plate of metal. Now go back to the blue letter real quick. It says he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and in horrible tempest. Get that word horrible. He will rain.
Oh. Is it the next verse?
No, it's verse 6. Yeah. That word horrible tempest. Fire and brimstone go up. That's weird. They ain't showing yours. Hit the reverse linear.
I got it.
Okay. Upon the wicked, scroll down. Brimstone.
He said metal, and Benaiah read the scriptures where it said the smith brought the
literally
coal.
not showing. That's
the
weird.
Metal can't form itself into a missile.
Right.
So he used
That's strange. Let me
to
look that
modern day scientists, what you call blacksmith back then, to create the weapon of destruction.
It's all out the pot.
Crazy, man.
It's all out the
Man, bro.
Yep.
But for some reason, it was horrible on his. Let me see if it shows up on mine. It's weird. It shows up on mine. But that word horrible here in the Hebrew is zalipa, right? It says burning heat, raging heat, consuming heat, right? So that horrible tempest is going to be a raging heat, a burning wind. See that? So that horrible tempest, he will rain snares, the source or agent of calamity that's going to bring a raging, burning heat. A plate of metal. Plates of metal. Bro, NATO called that Russian missile what? Raining fire. What's going to rain from the sky? Plates of metal.
Yep.
Missiles that are made out of metal are going to rain out the sky. That's going to bring burning, raging heat. You got it, Doc.
Job 20 and 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon.
Oh, okay. That's
And the
weird.
bow of steel shall strike him through.
So I can read that again. I'm sorry.
Job 20 and 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon. And the bow of steel shall strike him through.
He shall flee from the iron weapon. Read that. Can you read it in the NLT?
No, it says, Joel 20 and 24 in the NLT, when they try to escape an iron weapon, a bronze-tipped arrow shall pierce them.
A bronze-tipped arrow shall pierce them. When they try to escape from the iron weapon, which is what? The missiles, man. That's what this is going into. Okay? The missiles are written about in the Holy Scriptures, man. Because that's what the Lord is going to use to bring forth destruction, to bring forth judgment, man. The ICBM thermonuclear missile. Okay? Yeah, go ahead, Art. Yeah, go ahead.
This is I want to get this here in Chat GPT.
The trusty chat.
To back up what the brothers are reading here in Joel, the 2nd chapter. It's just a little quick overview of J. Robert Oppenheimer. You know, I'm gonna read through it. I'm not gonna read all of it. But here's the beginning of the of what I asked ChatGPT. I said, give me a description of Oppenheimer and nuclear capabilities. J. Robert Oppenheimer was an American theoretical physicist, best known as a scientific director of the Manhattan Project.
The Manhattan Project, man, that's going back to 1942, when the first nuclear missile was tested. It was by Oppenheimer, man. Okay, you got it.
The U.S. government program during World War II that developed the first nuclear weapon. He was often called the father of the atomic bomb. Oppenheimer played a central role in bringing together leading scientists, organizing research facilities like Los Alamos, and guiding the scientific breakthroughs that led to the first successful nuclear test in July 1945.
Okay, that was the first successful one in 1945. You got it.
I'm gonna read over here. It says nuclear capabilities general overview.
Because I'm sorry, what happened in 1945, or was it 44? Was that the atomic bomb was dropped? I believe that might have been in 44 or 42 or 44. Somebody can fact check me. But that's when the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki at Fat Man and Little Boy. Or Little Man and Fat Boy, whatever that shit was called. Fat Boy, Little Man, you know, one of them two, you know. But that's when the atomic bomb was dropped. But this is the testing of nuclear power at this point, which the technology just increased from that point.
Yeah, 45.
45. Okay, so 45 was when the atomic bomb was dropped. Two of them. On Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which the Ammonites ain't forgot about that. Say it again.
Little boy.
Little Boy was the nickname of it. You got it out. The water.
And that plane, bro. When you look it up, that plane that dropped the bomb was called the Necessary Evil.
Wow. I never knew that. The Necessary Evil?
Yeah, Necessary Evil.
Wow. Wasn't there a movie or show called like Atomic Men or something like that? Atomic Soldier.
Atomic
Soldier. Okay. Pretty much, you know, like they was watching it. Yeah, you know, bro.
Yeah.
The Necessary Evil. I never knew that. You can't make this up, bro. You got it out.
So back to ChatGPT, it says, titled Nuclear Capabilities General Overview. The nuclear capabilities born from Oppenheimer's work evolved into two primary classes of weapons. First, you have fission weapons, which are atomic bombs.
Right.
Then you have also fusion weapons, which are thermonuclear or hydrogen bombs.
Okay, so fusion. Okay, so let's break this down. This is edifying for me as well. Nuclear fission, which fission means to split an atom. That was the atomic weaponry. So now you have nuclear fusion, which brings forth nuclear destruction or hydrogen destruction. Okay, so fission is atomic, fusion is nuclear. Okay?
I'm gonna get to the definition of the two. The definition for fission weapons or atomic bombs is splitting heavy atoms like uranium or plutonium to release massive energy.
Yep. Which only that has to be divine. That has to be divinely inspired to split an atom, to create a raging, burning heat, a divine heat, like it says in 2 Peter 3, where the elements can melt with fervent heat, where it can melt elements. You know, because only who created the element? Yahawah is the only one that can create it. The only one that can destroy it is the Lord, because He made it. You got it out.
Done. These were the type developed during the Manhattan Project. Fusion weapons definition. Developed later, they used nuclear fusion, fusing lighter elements like hydrogen isotopes to produce far greater explosive power than fission weapons.
You see, so it makes the destruction even greater. So when you fuse it together, that makes the destruction even more powerful.
Multiplying it.
It multiplies it.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, if I could say, it said a nuclear bomb today compared to them atomic bombs are 1,000 times stronger.
Yep.
So just imagine that Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that was two cities. Just think about how it would spread if a nuclear bomb hit.
Right.
1,000 times stronger.
And I'm sorry, you got
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, they liken the atomic bombs compared to the missiles today. They liken them to like a water gun.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know,
Super soaker.
Right.
like a little toy little water gun compared to what they got now.
Wow.
It says Oppenheimer's legacy.
Bring a water gun to an actual gunfight.
Gunfight,
See
yeah.
what happens. You got it.
It says Oppenheimer's legacy. Oppenheimer remains a complex figure, celebrated for his scientific leadership, criticized and self-critical for the destructive potential of nuclear weapons.
That's why he said what? He quoted the Bhagavad Gita. He said what? I become the destroyer of worlds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I become death, I become the destroyer of worlds.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because what he understood and he seen in the vision that he had, that with the technology that he just made, it could literally destroy and set the world on fire, man.
Right.
That's why the scripture says in Isaiah the 9th chapter, it says that but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. This war. You got it.
In the last bullet point, it says
You can speak on it too.
he remembered for his later efforts to promote restraint and peaceful uses of atomic energy. You know, and that's funny. You know, here you are. You the man that orchestrated it all, man. You the one that the Lord Yahawashi used to promote and create these massive amounts of energy impacting weapons, man, in the earth.
Right.
And now you trying to backtrack like, damn, the shit I just created. I can like the brother just said, I can light the whole fucking world on fire with this, man. You know, so he tried to push out to the pretty much the hands of the earth, the leaders of the Dukes of Edom, like, hey, y'all might want to chill on how y'all use this in the future, or y'all could damn near destroy the whole world and destroy everybody here.
Yep.
You know, but that's the thing, man.
The Lord was in control the whole time.
Yahawashi I was in control the whole time, man.
That's right.
You know.
Hey, can I finish this point with Job?
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
gonna tie exactly what you going into, man. Job 20, and I'm gonna start at 25. It said, it is drawn and coming out of my body. Yea, the literal sword is coming out of the ground. Terror upon him. All darkness shall be in his places. A fire not blown shall consume.
There it is.
It shall come that's his tabernacle. So that's why the scriptures is only given unto the prophet to break down. See, the prophet to put these mysteries together and tie it until what we see the witness of the day. This has to do with what Job's talking about, man. A fire not blown, you don't have to blow. You understand? You don't have to blow that fire.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's why, yeah, bro. That's what threw me off.
I'm gonna say niggas ruin everything. Hope that nigga crash.
You got to kill somebody to come.
But luckily we got these mics, so it kind of pick up. Huh? Oh man. Folly said a great dignity, man.
Yeah.
Right. Once again, I'm gonna keep saying this, man. You got grown ass people walking around in a fucking costume.
Oh, you know this old dude. That dude probably in his 40s or well over his 40s.
Riding around with a goddamn Jason mask on. Nigga, you too old for that shit. Get your big ass on somewhere, man. Right, playing Candy Rain. Should be playing Fire Rain, man. We talking about Fire Rain around here.
Yeah.
You got it out.
That was on.
Okay. We go back to let's go back to Isaiah 13. Yeah, let's go back there. Unless anybody had any precepts. Okay.
This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger. Even them that rejoice in my highness.
Right.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains like as of a great people.
Yep.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
Right, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together, and that lines up with Joel the 3rd chapter. All right, where it goes into the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of Yahawashi, where all these various different nations are going to be gathered together and are being gathered together for war, man. You got it.
The Lord Yahawah of hosts mustered the host of the battle.
You see, it said the Lord Yahawah of hosts mustereth the host of the battle, man. So it lets you know that the Lord is the one that's in control, man.
Right.
He's the one that's gathering them together in that region of the earth for judgment, man. Okay? As a matter of fact, real quick, go ahead, make your point.
Well, I would say, like I said, the Lord muster up everything that's in the Lord's hands. We were mentioning about Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer had dreams and these certain things growing up. The Lord had that in his mind for in due time for him to create that.
Yep.
All right, to set up the create an atomic bomb. Then after he did, he realized what was going on, and basically the military people kind of did away with him because like what he wanted to make a change, like damn, this can put the world on fire. The Lord is gonna set up these kings of the earth to start moving forward to perform these things.
Yeah.
All right.
I believe so.
Hey, is that the door? These the actual war of all wars that they call it, because they are 2 wars have passed and one is gonna come quickly, with 2 more coming quickly. All right, but we got one more war, which is destruction, and this is gonna be the one that's gonna usher in the chariots. Gonna usher in what? That final destruction for Esau Edom. And it's been written because this is the Lord. This is in the hands of the Lord. The Lord is setting up this thing to happen in due time, and these times are basically here. All right, Babylon is through. What was that? Corey Holcomb said it was basically is out of commission or something like that.
Yeah, America's out of business.
Yeah, out of business. America's out of business.
Yep.
When you got something going out of business, what happened? They have a liquidation sale is going out. Fire sale. And that's where clearance, a fire sale. And the fire is coming.
Yep.
All right?
And these different nations, man, you know, like Russia, China, they see it, man. They see America. This place is up for the ripe. It's ripe for the pickings, man.
They know it.
You know, this place is done.
Those other nations haven't forgotten what happened to them, man. Hiroshima and all this. So them other nations haven't forgotten, man.
Nope.
Then here it is. You want to put sanctions on other nations not to build their nuclear facility, but you still are building this motherfucker over here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's why the scripture says, they that have eaten thy bread have laid a wound for thee, man.
Yep.
Right.
You know? Man, these people build horribly. It'd be crazy, man. You look at these goddamn, you know, these dikes, man. Like, you know. That's one thing I aspire. I want to go on an elbowing spree. Nothing but flying elbows, man.
Yeah.
Man, I was a dyke. You got it up.
This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people.
Right.
Let the earth hear, and all that is therein.
Yep.
The world and all things that come forth of it.
Yep.
For the indignation of the Lord Yahawah is upon all nations.
See that the indignation of the Lord Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi is upon all nations. And that word indignation means righteous anger. So his righteous anger is upon all these different nations, and he's going to show forth his righteous anger in the valley of Jehoshaphat. It's going to begin there.
Yep.
And that's why these nations are being gathered in that region of the earth right now, man, as we was reading Isaiah 13. Go ahead.
In his fury upon all their armies, he hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Go ahead.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come upon out of their carcasses.
It says their slain shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, man. And that's going to be that. Matter of fact, hold that. Let's go back to Joel, the 2nd chapter, real quick. Joel chapter 2, verse 20.
Joel chapter 2, you said 20?
Yep.
In verse 20, it says, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, and I will drive him into a land barren and desolate.
I would drive him to a land barren and desolate. That northern army is talking about the American military. That land barren and desolate is talking about the region of Saudi Arabia, man. Okay, Saudi Arabia, the whole Levant region, which is the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. Okay, go ahead.
And with his face towards the east sea.
His face toward the east sea is going into the Euphrates River. His face is going to be toward the east sea. Go ahead.
It says, and his hinder parts towards the uttermost sea.
And his hinder part toward the uttermost sea going into the Red Sea. Then behind the Red Sea, you have the Mediterranean, but that's specifically talking about the Red Sea. Go ahead.
It says, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things.
His stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up. So we just read that precept. Go back and read that again, Isaiah 34.
It's Isaiah 34 and verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
See that their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, man, due to that destruction. All the dead bodies that's going to be over there in that region of the earth, man. That's right. That's going to be the first job for these ugly ass elites to do is to bury those dead bodies, man. Go ahead, you're going to have to bury them and put a flag there, you know, so they can bury the dead bodies, man. You know, go back to digging holes.
Yep.
You know, you got it.
And their mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Right, because it's going to be a destruction from on high, man. Okay, so let's go back to Isaiah 13.
Isaiah 13 and verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven.
They come from a far country, from the ends of heaven. Go ahead.
Even the Lord Yahawah and the weapons of his indignation.
You see that even the Lord Yahawah B'Shem Shai and the weapons of his indignation. They're going to come from a far country, from the ends of heaven. What are these talking about? This is talking about the missiles being shot from one end of the earth to the next. I think it says that in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, where there should be the arrow shall be shot. Somebody want to get that real quick? Arrow. What is that? 16. Shot. You got it, Doc, if you got it. Yep. Said it.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 18. It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plague that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again.
That's not the one I'm looking for. 2nd Ezra 16 and 13.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 13. It says, for strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss.
Right.
When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
There it is. It said they shall not miss. They're gonna hit their mark, as we was reading in Joel the 2nd chapter earlier. It says when they begin to be shot from the ends of the earth. See, that's why this ain't talking about no actual somebody with a bow and arrow shooting from Spain all the way to France. You know what I'm saying? They ain't talking about somebody from America shooting. It's gonna go all the way to South America. No, this is talking about missile technology, man. The arrows being shot from the ends of the earth, like it shows you on Terminator, man.
Right.
You know? I think it shows that in Oppenheimer too, at the very end of the movie, right? So that shows the missiles being shot from ends of the earth, man. You know? And that's what the ICBM technology can do. Whereas it can go from one end of the earth to the other in 30 minutes, man. And once again, that's 30 minutes ain't enough time to do nothing.
Right.
And just think about it. You ain't gonna be able to go into the. You think it's gonna just be free, just smooth traffic, for you to try to get to somewhere safe? No, man.
Instant traffic jam.
Right. you know. It shows you that in what's that movie? Deep Impact. You know, in Deep Impact when that meteor was coming, they had everybody trying to go to that mountain retreat.
Yeah, the mountain valley.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody didn't make it up in there. Yep. You know, you gonna make a point?
I was gonna say like that end of the world. All them cars packed up on the bridge, you're trying to.
Oh yeah, they were trying to escape. You know, it ain't gonna be that easy for you just to move around, man.
Right.
You know.
If I could say, that's why even when things start getting bad, when something like that happen, people think they finna go what they call underground bunkers. They food. They're talking about anything pop off like any type of nukes or something. They can go down in there and survive. You might not be you might be at work, at the store. You can't get back you can't get back there. So it's basically obsolete when that happens.
You got the inside scoop like the elite.
Right.
The elite gonna make it to those
Right.
bunkers and shit.
Right.
You know, they gonna make it.
That's right.
We gonna take it.
Yeah, exactly. Hope it's that nigga in the Jason mask. Hope that nigga crashed somewhere.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, the only reason they're gonna make it is ultimately so they can come get them out,
Right.
and they be the first fruits of slavery.
Yep, Psalm 149.
You know, God literally was the last verse.
Yep.
Slavery, I think.
Yep, Savior shall stand upon Mount Zion and judge the house of Esau. Yep. You got it out. We can go back to Isaiah 13. Unless you asked something, unless anybody had anything. Okay, you got it out.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 5 from the top. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahawah, Bashem Yahawashi, and the weapons of his indignation.
Right, so these missiles are going to be shot from the ends of heaven from Russia. They're going to hit America. China's going to shoot his missiles here. India, Pakistan, Iran. Everybody going to shoot their missiles over here, man. Okay, your great US of A is going to be no longer, no more, man.
Right.
You got it.
To destroy the whole land.
To destroy the whole land. The whole land of America is going to be absolutely a complete desert, man. Okay, and this lets you know that this ain't talking about ancient Babylon. When did the Lord come from heaven with his weapons to destroy ancient Babylon?
Right.
That didn't happen. This is how you know this is talking about Babylon the Great. You got it up. I got a precept. Oh, you had a precept? You got it up.
This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 29. I read in the NLT. It says, send out a call for archers to come to Babylon. Surround the city so none can escape. Do to her as she has done to others, for she has defiled the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. And those archers are being called, like I believe the priest mentioned earlier about, what happened to Hiroshima about that, So America already done something to somebody as far as shooting that type of missile over to someone, to another country. But now these things are 1,000 times stronger than Fat Man and Little Boy. So now you're gonna see Babylon receive that. Like I said, none is gonna break their rank.
Yep.
These missiles is gonna hit their targets. And it already said a few years ago, one of the missile defense system in America was like inactive.
Yep.
But in the time of like I say, when those missiles started to be shot from the other ends of the earth to come here, the Lord's Spirit is gonna put it where those missile defense systems ain't gonna be able to stop those missiles.
Yep.
If I can make a quick point, so they already did like little AI tests over it anyway, right? Of America against like Russia or something. Every time they did the test, they lost every single time. Like not one time they won. So letting you know, there is another. Like man, if this pops off, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
Like Esau, Obadiah 1 and 3. It's probably deceived. So he's like, nah, hey, fuck that little AI test. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, and we gonna win. Right? Just falling into that fucking trap that the Lord got set up for you.
Right.
Yep.
I got one for you, Josh. It's in the NLT. Isaiah 34 and 5 in the NLT. And when my sword has finished, its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom,
There it is.
the nation I have marked for destruction.
There it is. His sword is going to be bathed in heaven. It shall fall down upon Idumea or Edom. And it's going to what? It's going to complete the destruction, man.
Mark this motherfucker.
This place is cursed.
That's that. He marks it. He's when people mark for destruction, it starts to Romans, the vessel fitted for wrath and destruction, something like that.
Yeah.
Rough paraphrase.
Well, remember Cain got that mark.
Right.
Cain got that mark, and he was like, man, look, that Cain that's on Mark, or that mark that's on Cain.
Wow.
That mark that's on Cain, he pretty much was like, man, look, if anybody see me, they gonna get me. He's like, nah, you gonna be good, because ultimately, you gonna get your destruction when I'm gonna give it to you. So that mark that's on Cain, it was the same mark that Esau got, man, that mark of leprosy. And people cursed.
Get it.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the people devoted to destruction. You see, it's going to come down upon Idumea when the sword is bathed in heaven. That's why the prophecies promote and show forth the destruction of Esau in the last days, man.
Right.
So how the fuck could the Edomites be done away with?
Right.
When they still got to undergo their judgment, man. Who is it that coming from Edom with dye garments from Bosra? That ain't happened yet.
Nope.
But I guess the Edomites are done away with. Let's talking about the land. All right, vocab. You know? You got it up.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6.
Yep.
How ye, for the day of the Lord Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi is at hand.
Right, how ye. Well, moan. For the day of the Lord, Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi is at hand. Right? Go ahead.
There shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty, man. You see, and it's going to come from a destruction from the Almighty due to the fact of Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi orchestrating the destruction, man.
Right.
You got it.
Verse 7, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
There it is. All hands are going to be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Okay? And when your heart melts, that pretty much means that your mind is going to be gone, man. All your aspirations, your dreams, you know, this whole idea of Babylon the Great continuing forever is going to be completely done. You see, but we're going to be praising Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi that day, man.
Right.
The scripture says, praise ye the Lord in the fires, you know, because we understand and know that this place has to go, and we're going to be praising, hoping that we make it. Because remember, the scripture says that the righteous will scarcely be saved, you know. But we want this place to go out, man. We want this place to be destroyed, man. Like immediately. You got it.
Verse 8, and they shall be afraid, pains and sorrow shall take hold of them.
As we read earlier, their faces shall gather blackness. Pains and sorrow shall take hold of them, man. You know, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, as it says. You know? You got it.
It says, they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
There it is.
They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
Their faces shall be as flames, man. They should be amazed at one another, man. You know? Just imagine that, man. Everybody just looking and seeing the missiles being shot off. You got all kinds of mayhem and chaos taking place. Right. They gonna know that. They gonna know at that point that, man. As a matter of fact, hold that. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. We can start at the top on that one.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. There shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Which is what you see happening right now. Go ahead.
And made no account of his labors. When they shall see it, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
And the amazed at the strangeness of his salvation is talking about the strangeness of how we're going to be delivered up out of here, man.
That's right.
Okay, being delivered out of what the world deems as UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi, man. Okay, but we're standing in great boldness in the face of our enemies, and what great fear fell upon them, man. They're afraid. Best believe these elites, and they see it, and they're greatly afraid of what they see. Okay, because they understand and know that this is the end of their world. You got it.
So far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometime in derision, a proverb of reproach.
Yep, these are these niggas. These are these guys that was in those dresses on the street corners, man. That we called them bums. You know, we mocked them, we made fun of them, we scoffed. Drewski gonna be looking, oh man, you know, that big ass nigga probably ain't gonna make it to, you know, that big head ass nigga gonna
have a heart attack. You know, big ass.
Just like it said in Isaiah 14, it said like how the nations gonna look at Esau, this the man. That's how they gonna look at Esau when we get taken down, and they gonna be saying the same thing when the elect men get taken up. Damn,
these guys.
Right, damn, these are really chosen, man.
Yep.
See.
Yep, the guys that we were scoffing at.
Right.
He used to barbecue every Sunday. Never said nothing.
Right.
I remember he used to talk about the Bible, man. Damn, I should have listened.
Right. He always had integrity.
You know, that's what's gonna be. They're gonna be like, man, you know, I remember he was talking about the end of the world, and we, you know, and everything gonna click in that time. They're gonna be like, damn, but it's gonna be too late.
Don't be at the job talking about the end of the world.
Yeah, don't be wise.
Speak to your aura.
You know?
They can take that and go right to work tomorrow.
Fire like a mother.
Yeah.
The thing is, the whole Lucy little skit that he did, you know, it's not like Jake don't be on social media scrolling and Jake was funny shit, you know, and Jake laughs. But excuse me, with these comedians that take the world, you gotta know what you should make fun of and what you shouldn't make fun of, man. Right. You know, you should drew the line at making fun of the Lord's men. Now, mind you, that was about Yahawashi, how he dressed his purpose. No, but nevertheless, hey man, you had the Hebrew name of Heavenly Father's name on you, man. You know, and you made fun of that, you made light of that, you made it like it was a joke. Guess what? The Lord ain't fucking playing games, man. Yep. That's why we come out here week in and week out to tell y'all how the true characteristics of the Heavenly Father and the Son truly are. You know, the Lord ain't no fucking pushover, man. You know, you can't talk and do what you want when it comes to the Lord's name. And Jacob's gonna find that out in a very hard fashion, man.
That's right.
The scripture say after death by pain.
Yep.
And then we gonna fucking see how funny it is, man.
Yep. Because you think you got a sense of humor, man. The Lord has a way with humor. You got a precept? Go ahead, Doc.
This is Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 13.
Oh, that's one of my
Therefore,
favorites.
it came to pass.
Start at verse like 11, or maybe like verse 11.
Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 11. But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped the ears that they should not hear.
Mm-hmm. You can break it down too, huh?
Oh, kind. It says, yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord Yahawah of hosts has sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord Yahawah by Shemir of hosts. Point 13. Therefore it came to pass that as he cried, they would not hear. So they cried, and I would not hear, said the Lord Yahawah by Shemir Yahawashi of hosts. And the Lord is crying through his prophets that they on the highways and byways, giving you the forewarning of these perilous times to come before they come. But since the 2/3 of the Negro Latinos and the American Indians mocked and scoffed the prophets, therefore the Lord said in the days of your calamity, he would laugh at and be mocked.
That's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So when you in distress and when you in anguish, the Lord gonna laugh at you.
That's right.
You know, so at the end of the day, the joke's on you. You know, you could think that you joking, but the scriptures say you could do nothing. You could do nothing against the truth will be for it at the end of the day. Because everybody has to fit prophecy. You know, and Drewski, you know, hey, he has a large following. You know, so you know when you go on that comment board, you got a lot of people on the comment board playing games. So all those people on the comment board playing games, laughing and agreeing, oh man, yeah, I see them niggas too. You marking yourself, man. So the Lord used Drewski just to have a lot of people get marked.
Right.
You know? But then again, you gonna have people, you know, you see on the comment board, man, hey, you know, the Hebrew Israelites they gonna get mad at this one. I was reading the comments, Captain Zariak's whole ass on there, you know, putting laughing, oh man, that's diabolical, laugh out loud, ha man, you funny, man. Okay. Anyways, we can go back to I think there's a little bit more on Wisdom Solomon 5, yeah.
Back in Wisdom.
Unless were you finished up?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 3, it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometimes in the
Yep.
We fools account of his life madness, but it's in his end to be without honor.
Right, we counted his life madness, man. We called him crazy. We thought that this guy was crazy. You know, he didn't know they didn't know what they was talking about. You know, that's what they think right now. You know, until what? Lo and behold, the prophet was among you this whole time.
Right.
You know, you got it out.
It says verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of God, and is not among the saints? Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us. and the sun of righteousness rose not upon them.
And ultimately, the light of righteousness didn't shine upon them because they wasn't of the elect. See? So when when shit really hits the fan, and they're gonna be like, damn, we should have been paying attention, we should have been listening. It's gonna be too late at that point, man.
Got a precept. This is 2 Peter 2, 2 Peter 3, verse 3 in the NLT. It said, most importantly, I want to remind you that in the last days, scoffers will come, mocking the truth and following their own desires. Like you said, and that's what it is. They those mockers. All right, Jacob here, that's following their own desires. To get likes, to get views. And what are they doing? They're mocking the truth. All right, and what they say? The truth will set you free. You're basically getting bounded up in the world to receive what? The indignation of the Lord.
Get Ecclesiastes.
This is what is getting set up for you. So, like I said, you have these other guys out here. They, like I say, they want to go and laugh at the truth. You have people that walk by, staring, but they don't want to get no understanding or see what we're talking about. They say, them guys out there, they out there screaming, cussing at you.
They're ruining my night.
Yeah, ruining my night. Well, we're trying to deliver you, the elect, from what's coming in the future, which is what? We've been talking about it during the sermon. All right? That fire. Okay, the fire that's going to come upon Babylon the Great, Sodom and Egypt. Okay, aka America. This is what we're letting you know, that this is about to come. And you're going to keep mocking and scoffing. The Lord said he's going to start in his house in Ezekiel 9. He's going to start in his house. Talking about people the ones that know they're Israelites, and even the ones, the 2/3 that basically they are Israelites, but they don't want to hearken to this word.
Yep. He got something for you real quick.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Hey, that's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Take a listen. When you go into a classroom, you don't go and just start barking and telling things to the teacher. You listen, and then you do what? Then you learn, and you may have questions afterwards. But when you first go into that classroom, it's all silence, and the teacher is basically giving you an understanding of what they're teaching you, what the subject is about, giving you knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of our time, strength of our salvation. All right, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So we're basically teaching you how to properly have that fear of Yahawashi.
Yep.
The reason why, okay, to let you know what your heritage is. Not because when you have Jake that realize like, oh, I'm an Israelite, and they do what? They take it and run with it.
Yep.
Good. No, you good. No, you got it.
Like that nigga that walked by earlier. Nigga knew he was Israelite. He was participating in Halloween.
Right.
He was walking down the street with niggas dressed up in tie. He was part of that shit, man.
And I was looking, I was looking in that man's spirit, man. I was like looking at him. And he looked at me, he turned. Yeah. He looked at me again. He turned again. I'm like, yeah, you convicted.
That's it.
You convicted in your spirit because he knew he was on that bullshit.
Right.
He thought that wasn't nobody gonna see him.
Right. Jake's only willing to go so far
right.
when it actually comes to serving the Lord, man. They'll do it here like old boy. He had the headband on and then the shirt with the star. And, you know what I'm saying? But y'all an Israelite, but that's it with that nigga. Right. Yeah. He ain't willing to suffer, man. He ain't willing to come out here like brothers are doing, man, and being a spectacle, being made fun of, being looked at as an outsider of the earth, man.
Right.
Yep. Well, it was like he was just a dead bones raised up, but he doesn't have no breath in him.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is the house of the Lord, because Lord, like I said, he's not dwelling in a temple built by hands. This is a part of that temple right here. So you basically just walk right past the temple, okay? Where you can eat freely. All these things you could do and receive this knowledge. But what do you rather do? You rather be scoffing, walking on past. But this is the time where if you don't step into the house of the Lord, you're going to be marked.
Right.
All right?
I got you.
Oh, did he finish that one?
You still got one here?
I just had the latter end said, for they consider not that they do evil. That was right.
Yeah, they that's the point.
Mm-hmm.
They consider not that they do evil. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It was just so we see. It was like I was trying not to laugh. But they consider not that they do evil, man. They don't even know. Like they just think it's a skit. They just think, oh yeah, we gonna post this on YouTube and Instagram. And we gonna act like them Hebrew Israelites, those black, the people that build the corners. We gonna act like them.
Oh, this is a temple.
You know?
I got one real quick. This is Psalm 65:4. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest and causes to approach unto thee.
Ooh,
that he may dwell in thy courts. This is the Lord's courts. So you are blessed to be in the Lord's house. Waiting for the Lord to return to give you instructions means to go out on the highways and byways, like Luke 14 says, out on the highways and lanes. So if you're not into this court, then you're gonna be left outside. You left outside the temple. You're not gonna have no protection because this is enclosed. This is like a righteous pavilion. Right. That protects you from the tempest and the storm that's about to come. So blessed is the man whom thou choosest, Psalm 65:4. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest and causes to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple.
Yeah, man. And it said we should be satisfied with the goodness of his temple, man. But like you said, like the elder mentioned, it's going into the what? The tabernacle of the Lord, man. When we come into the tabernacle of the Most High, then we understood the end. But you gotta come into the inner sanctuary first, man.
Right.
And not everybody has access into the inner sanctuary, like it was in the ancient, like in the old, in the temple. You just couldn't access the most holy place. But through Yahawashi, we got that access now. Whereas we got the secrets. We have that. We can commune with Yahawashi, man. We actually, like, Yahawashi is the advocate. He's on the right hand of the Heavenly Father, bro.
That's right.
Like, communing on our behalf, literally. You don't got to do it between the mercy seat and the Ark of the Covenant. He's literally on the right hand as we speak right now, communing with the Most High on our behalf. In there, like he's in the most holy place.
Right.
And he's communing for what? He's communing on behalf of his elect.
That's right.
But you got to be. It says, blessed is he who the Lord chooses. Going back to the elect.
That's right.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
This is Ephesians 4:22-24. Ephesians 4:22. That you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust. I'm going to get that word conversation, which is anastrophe, which means manner of life, conduct, behavior, deportment. Verse 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, that you put on the new man, which is after the Most High, is created in righteousness and in true holiness. And I got this because what the priest was just speaking on about Jake, walking with this group of other Israelites or heathen, whatever, and they were participating in Halloween or Samhain, man. And he's supposed to be a Israelite. You're an Israelite, but you walking with niggas in the world, man. You supposed to be putting off that old man day by day.
Right.
You supposed to be getting closer and closer to Yahawashi, man. Not straddling in the fence, man. Not being that lukewarm nigga, man.
Right. What did you read?
Ephesians 4:22.
Okay, kind of.
Yeah, the Lord is not dealing with lukewarmness, man. Okay, the Lord's gonna spew you out of his mouth. Okay.
Yep. There's another one. It says that
because you said the new man, and I bet the word new goes to refresh. You have to be a refreshed man to be reborn again to understand the spirit, man. So that man, he's not refreshed, he's not reborn again,
Yep. I'm gonna back you up. Ephesians 5:11, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
Woo! Read that one more time.
Yep. Ephesians 5:11, and it says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
Right. So you say you're an Israelite, say you believe in the Heavenly Father and the Son, you say you believe in Yahawashi, you say you're gonna follow the will of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Well, guess what? You shouldn't be participating in this bullshit, man. Okay? You shouldn't be willingly going. You shouldn't be around. You shouldn't be at no Christmas parties with Jake. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be in no Halloween events.
Yeah, wearing a Christmas sweater and shit.
Shooting fireworks with niggas on 4th of July. No, you shouldn't be doing none of that shit, man. That when you came into learning this truth, that's some old nigga shit you should have put off once you came into the truth, man. You know, eating abominable foods, shellfish, pork, which is Jake's biggest fucking stumbling block. All right, Jake act like they can't go a day without eating some fucking pork, man. You know, line up. Oh, I gotta look fresh for the hoes, man. You know, fuck that shit, man. You know, what you gonna choose that or life eternal with the Lord, man?
Right.
You know.
Yep. Yeah, but it says, but rather reprove them. You know. We'll probably start wrapping up. Okay. Hey, so with that, hey, we pray this was an edifying camp. As always, we want to give all praise, honor, glory unto
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth and that's for teaching this truth. Much peace, love, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom. Nice. It was when I came in early.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
oh, okay.